Man, y'all know what it is. The real two-tet, all praise to God for everything. I mean, every single thing. How y'all doing this morning? How y'all doing this afternoon? Talk to the boss. You know I'm Melissa. Hey, I'm open to all criticism, feedback, every single thing. How y'all feeling? You know me, man. I'm feeling humble, grateful, and prayerful. No complaints. I can't complain, but nobody gonna listen. So I just thank God for everything. Give him all my problems, and I just try to live for him, and I let him just guide my path. So this is part three. Is college a scam? So I'm gonna talk about the benefits of going to school. The things I picked up from my personal experience. Number one, networking. So going to school is a networking thing. That's why a lot of people, join these fraternities. You have, alphas, aka, and that's a good thing. I never was a part of anything like that. For my own personal beliefs, but I'm not against it for people in that networking, security purposes, of getting a job when you finish school. You never know who you're going to be. You never know who someone else is going to be. So, I'm for that. When it comes to networking, building yourself up, and just getting to know people, and just being in a situation where, hey, you got people that speaking upon you. You got recommendations. You have so many things. Job security. No such thing as job security because anything can happen. But the thing is, when it comes to school, you have a better chance of getting a job than a person that didn't go to school. So it's very phenomenal. Or say this, a person that don't have a skill, that don't have a trade, of anything like that. So I want to say networking is number one when it comes to going to school. You go there for networking. You go there to build yourself up, build your brand, like what you want to do with your life. Because sometimes people do go to school and don't know what they want to do, so they might change their majors all these time. But when you have a clear path and knowing what you want to do, I'm telling you that networking thing is phenomenal, man. Networking is everything. That's the main purpose of going to school, so you can network with people, so you can just like I say, they call it being a latch on. I'm not going to call it latching on, but the thing is, it's always good to like an apprentice, learn the game, learn the information, learn the knowledge and wisdom. And so yeah, that's number one. Number two, like I said, security in a job. See, the thing is, when you graduate school, like even if you go to Ivy League school or if you go to HBCU, they say, hey, Ivy League schools, you got alumni that give money back to Ivy League schools. So that's why they have better programming, better funding, compared to HBCUs. The alumni don't really give anything back because sometimes they don't have anything to give, to be honest. And so I say this, when you go on that job interview, once you get your degree, I say it's about you. It's about what's coming out your mouth. It's about how can you be a benefit to a company that you're working for. It's all about you. So at the end of the day, when it comes to you know, getting a job, oh, go to school, get a job, the American dream, the whole 9 yards. I want to say this: a degree is basically your fallback plan, because I encourage everybody to be their own boss. So going to school, you can learn things that never learned before, like especially going to HBCU, learn about your roots, learn about the culture, learn about so many things compared to going to Ivy League school. They both had their benefits. Just school to school, getting a degree is phenomenal. Just whatever school you go through, because it's a lot you go through while you're in college. Anxiety, depression. You face so many things because you're doing so much assignment after assignment, and that's a third thing. Teach you time management. Like, it teach you how to get your stuff done on time, teach you not to be a procrastinator. Some people still procrastinate, but it teaches you not to be a procrastinator. It teaches you, making sure you get your stuff on time, because everything has to be done when it's certain time. If you don't get it on time, you're gonna get an F. That's just what it is. And so, showing up, because 80% of success is just showing up. When I was at Montgomery College, my public speaking professor told me 80% of success is just showing up. You gotta show up, and then everything else is going to fall. But you also have to do the work. Like they say, faith without works is dead. So time management is everything. Because when you're in college, you might be doing a million things. Like in the last semester, you might be doing an internship, and you got to be there. Then you got to wake up, go to work the next day, then go to class. You got to do so many things. So time management is very critical and is very key to going to school. That's a benefit. Teaches you time management. Also, just getting that degree. When you get your degree, it's just a sense of relief, because the thing is, you probably don't know this, but you got a lot of people watching you, especially because you're working so hard that by the time you get a degree, it's like, man, I got a degree, this, then, and third. And that's what it comes to the play is, oh, college is scam. But the thing is, you make the degree. The degree don't make you. So you have to make sure You have your plans already set. Okay, I'm gonna work for this company. I'm gonna do my research. I'm gonna do all this stuff. So when I do apply for that job, they call me. I go in there and I know what I'm talking about. I know about the company more than some people that's even working there. You know what I'm saying? Because it shows your eagerness. It shows your enthusiasm. Enthusiasm. It shows how willingness you're willing to work and the research and the time and the effort, everything you wanted to do in order to get this job. So, a lot of people, I can't find a job when I graduate. The thing is, you gotta really already start that stuff before your graduation. Where you want to work at. Don't wait till graduate, get my degree. No, you gotta start that stuff ahead of time. Because if you don't plan, you plan to fail. That's just what it is. And also, getting that degree, it just makes you, I'm gonna be honest, man, that degree just, it gives you that, like, that confidence, and like, I did it. I went to school, especially when everybody counted you out. Like, everybody thought you wouldn't do it. So it's just like, yo, coming from your family, being the first person that go to college in your family, get a degree, etc. It's just a beautiful thing. It's just a beautiful feeling. So that's why I say I encourage you all, man, to, if you don't go to school, get a trade, get a skill, get something. Because if you don't have that degree under your belt, you don't have them skills, you don't have that trade, most likely you're not going to make it in life. That's, if you want to be great, you gotta have that. You gotta be a benefit in the world that we living in. So I see people, I can't get a job, I can't get this, I can't get that. Because the thing is, you gotta be a benefit. They gotta see. That's why you have the resume. Okay, so you go over your history. Okay, you did this, I did that. What? Oh, all right. Hey, you know what? I want you to come work for this company. And that's why they got referrals or people, or who can you call? Who can I call? That's why on the resume it says, I think it's, yeah, referrals, or who can you call to basically speak on your behalf and say some things about you. And that's what all that stuff comes about. So it's benefits of going to school. And like I said, I get people that don't want to go to school. College ain't for everybody. I definitely get that. But you got to have your plan. You got to know what you want to do, and once you know what you want to do, everything become easier. And like I say, this is the critical one right here. This is the most critical one. Going to school and coming out in zero debt. Zero debt. And I'm gonna tell you how you come out in zero debt. Be honest, like I told y'all before. And if you don't have family members like your grandmother, grandparents, whatever, grandfather, they can't put you through school. This is what I encourage you all to do, man. Do great in high school. Do great middle school. Do great throughout school your whole entire life. Apply for scholarships. Apply for grants. If you take out loans, take out a little bit of loans, and then when you go to school and get your degree, you find your major, go to the university. This is what you do. You get a degree that's going to pay you some money. I listed it out degrees already. I'm gonna list them out again. Lawyers, doctors, engineers, accountants, CPAs, you know, tax, what is it? Hold up. I'm sorry, yeah, I apologize. Work with tax specialists. So many things. You got nursing, you got so many things that you can do when you go to school. You got all this stuff. So don't go to school for a degree that that's not going to pay you any money. If you do go to the school for a degree that's not going to pay you, make sure you're working while you're in school. And also, when you're working while you're in school, it makes you do better in school. Like I said, time management. You got to get things on time. And you got to go to work. You got to do all this stuff. Like me, I stay with my grandmother. Still stay with my grandmother. Be honest, because it helps me save money. And what I'm building, me, my uncle, my little sister, my cousin, it's all like everything is just working and flowing together. And so, like I said, don't be so rushing to get out your parents' house. Make sure you have a plan so when you leave, you don't have to come back. I say never have to come back, come by to visit. But other than that, have your ducks in a row. And once you get all your stuff in a row, you're good. So I want to encourage you all to follow these steps, man, in order to be successful throughout school. Make sure you're talking to your professors, making sure, hey, you're getting in programs, you're doing things, etc. Instead of just going to school, going home, going to school, going home. I get it, but you got to make sure, hey, you got a plan already in motion. So when you graduate college, you're good. So yeah, just finishing school like in debt is just phenomenal because like they say, 85%, or I think it's more, or maybe a little less, that are in debt. American are in debt, and it comes from school loans, all that stuff. So I encourage you all to have everything in plan once you finish school. So intern, go talk to these people. Hey, show always show up on time, always be there, or like I say, show 20 minutes early just to see what's going on. Show your, you show your readiness, show that you're, hey, he's serious, she is serious. Oh yeah, boom. I'm gonna make sure I get them a job in my firm, whatever, my doctor's office, whatever. So I encourage you all to understand that. So, like I said, these are, the benefits of going to college. Going to college or even having a skill, trade, all these things. So there's so many benefits. And like I say, the biggest benefit is just not ending up in debt because you're ahead of the curve. You're ahead of many people. And once you do that, like I told you, the way you not end up in debt, go to school, get your degree that's going to pay, or have your grandparents. Like I said, if you don't have grandparents that, set aside money for you, or your parents that set aside money for you when you went to school, do great throughout high school, and make sure you're always on time. When opportunities come, you have to take them. You can't play around with opportunities, especially when you don't want in that family that's going to make the move so the rest of your family could be good. So always be willing to learn and take those opportunities. Do what you got to do every day and hustle. Keep God first in everything you do. You always have to work. You always have to grind. You always have to stay dedicated to your craft. Never give up. I don't care how hard it get. Keep going. Keep moving. Live for God. And that's another thing too. I know I got off a little topic, but I gotta say this. See, a lot of people have problems in their life because they don't have a connection with God. They don't have a relationship with God, Most High, whoever you subscribe to. They don't have a relationship. And so when you look at somebody, you can always see the problem like they're not living for God. You have to live for God, man. And that's the thing about life. Stop thinking, you're going to get good results from doing bad things. Like, no one is perfect. Me, I'm going to be honest, we all living in sin. But I want to encourage you all to keep your relationship with God in the forefront of your life at all times, because he's the one that's going to get you out of everything you're going through, get you out of that pickle, whatever you're going through. So these are the benefits of going to college from my personal experience. I did 8 years. I said 7 years in my last video, but it was 8 years. I did 8 years in school, man. I did 8 years in college. So I got more than enough experience. And so I want to encourage you all, man, to follow these steps, the benefits of going to college. And I get it. The people that don't want to go to school, I definitely get that, because you got so many people becoming crypto millionaires. People are getting money from real estate. People are getting money from the stock market. People are, getting in tech. You have NFTs. You have so many things. And so at the end of the day, these are my steps, my personal things. If you don't have that degree, that skill, that trade, anything like that, most likely you're not going to make it. Just being realistic with y'all. So just understand, make sure you're serious about your life and serious about accomplishing your goals. And that's it, my people. Y'all know what it is. The real two-tat, all praise to God. Let's get it.